Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you all here in person. I am Nolan Atkins, Provost here at Northern Vermont University. Welcome and thank you all for coming today to honor the NVU Lyndon class of 2020. Let's give them a round of applause. We are here to celebrate their remarkable success at this challenging time and to wish them the best as they continue to navigate their future. Please take a moment to join me in thanking Autumn Chamberlain for playing the piano for today's event. To the class of 2020, although I would like to assure you all of a certain path moving forward in your lives, I cannot. There is much uncertainty in our world. In truth, there always has been uncertainty, as history and your life experiences and your education here at Northern Vermont University have taught you. But please know this, the fortitude and determination that propelled you to this moment in time, that is the very fortitude and determination that will sustain you through whatever is still to come. By now, you are probably pretty comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that will serve you well. It will serve your communities, your peers, your family, and your coworkers well. Stay fully connected with the ongoing and sometimes difficult process of personal and professional growth. You, the class of 2020, are fully positioned to be the change makers for tomorrow. NVU is proud of you for overcoming. Congratulations. We applaud you all. I would now like to introduce the members of the platform party, beginning on my left. Ethan Koppenrath, Alumni Council President, Class of 2002. Brian Lamoureux, Student Speaker, Class of 2020. And Tori Goshi, Guest Speaker, Class of 2015. I now invite Brian Lamoureux to the podium to address the class of 2020. Brian graduated with a Bachelor's of Science in Mountain Recreation Management, and he's been very busy putting his degree to good use. He has worked for Adventure Treks in Washington and Idaho, the Northwood Stewardship Center, Vermont Maple Guild, and Jay Peak in Vermont, and he is currently working for the Green Mountain Club in Vermont. Brian, welcome.
Thank you, Nolan. Again, so I'm in mountain recreation management. That was my degree. I was the founder and president of Ultimate Club, which is my greatest achievement here. Just kidding. And I was very involved in the adventure program. Raise your hand if you know who Larry Enticer is. That's what's up. I'm not surprised that it's only someone from my class. Has anyone seen the Send It video? Okay, awesome. Thanks, Jordan. Well, please do yourselves a favor, and after this, go culture yourselves on YouTube. In 2017, Larry came out with a viral Facebook video of him saying, "Are you silly? I'm still gonna send it." He's wearing a denim jacket, jeans. He's got these funky sunglasses on and a goofy helmet. He's on a snowmobile, and he launches himself off a jump across a crazy gap and crashes gloriously. He's credited with making the, what do you call it? The phrase "send it" super popular. I'm sure you've heard that now, and if you haven't, please watch the video again. It had originated in the 90s with rock climbers and then became popular in the 10s, adapted as full send, used for doing anything hardcore, regardless of the consequences. The reason I'm bringing this up is because during my time at Lyndon, Send It became a way to encourage your peers to embrace challenges. It became a universal mantra and a way of life, especially for those in my program. Jordan, you probably know. When I was looking for what to do with my life in 2017, I started with what I had done as a teen, which was growing up in this area. Shout out to my grandma. She had a house in Burke Hollow, which is the town over, and I had come up here to ski Burke and to paddle on Lake Willoughby, and came to love the area very much. But I had heard about the school, so I looked up the program list and saw there was one with the words mountain and recreation in it, and I didn't do any further research. I didn't look at any other schools. I just enrolled and sent it to the Wheelock dormitory. And here I am today talking about full sends. During the years that my classmates and I were here learning and growing, so many things happened that required each of us to send it in one way or another. It could have been something as insignificant now as submitting a paper on Apollonian and Dionysian cathartic release in Hendrickson philosophy with Professor Johnston, or stating a vulnerable perspective in gender and society with Professor Rosano, or dropping into a sick line on Mount Washington in Avalanche 1 with Merkin. No one in the Ultimate Club can forget full extension layout practice in the snow, or no one on the Dead River rafting trip to Maine can forget the hoots and hollers from Alec Wolf when we were sending the icy river. For us all, some of the sending had a lot higher stakes. Within our first years, and even now, we're navigating the merging of Johnson and Lyndon. Our greatest athletic rival had become our closest ally. We've stood with several vital movements, including Black Lives Matter, Me Too, March for Our Lives, Fight for 15, climate justice, immigration rights, LGBTQ rights. And that all happened within just a few years, and that was only a few of them. In our very final semester, when many of us were facing our capstone work and some of our hardest coursework, COVID changed our reality and shook up everything we knew. Just when we thought it couldn't get any crazier, on top of that, we faced the existential threat of having this school and many others in Vermont closed for forever. It was the send of the century staying here and finishing out our programs. So what does it say that we've been through all this and emerged on the other side as graduates? Well, after Larry Enticer crumples off the snowmobile into the snowbank he landed flat on top of, he gets to his feet, tilts the sled back upright, makes sure it runs, pumps the throttle, then immediately prepares to send again. He and we are resilient. And so long as we continue to challenge ourselves with full sends and to rise to our feet again daily, I'm sure we will each live great lives as change makers. Live like Larry. Just send it. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian, for sharing your words of wisdom with your peers today. I now invite our guest speaker to the podium. Tori Goshi is a 2015 graduate of our Atmospheric Sciences program and has had a very successful career in broadcast meteorology in Vermont and California for the past 5 years, and he is now a meteorologist for the National Weather Service in his home state of Rhode Island. Tori, it's great to see you back at Lyndon, and welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Atkins. Many students were terrified of you freshman year, and we appreciate all that you've done to get us to graduation, including the atmospheric science students that may be in the audience. As Dr. Atkins said, my name is Tori Goshi. I am a 2015 graduate of the Atmospheric Science Department, and it's really my honor to be with you all tonight. A very special night for the family, friends, and the professors to see The students that came in bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, already graduates. In fact, I was on this stage about 2,472 nights ago, this same exact stage, getting my degree. And that, for those people wondering, yeah, that was December 12th, 2014. So I want everybody in the audience to really let this moment set on in. The reason why I say that is because in about 2,472 days from now, it's gonna be a little blurry. If you're anything like me, you're gonna be wondering, what did you eat for lunch 2 days ago? So let it all just really set on in, because this is a really important day for all of you here. So really, please take this as a moment to cherish the memories that you made up here, up on the hill, with all your new friends. Many of them, I'm sure, turned into almost like a family member for you. It may be really cliche to say, but you really did it, and I want you guys right now to give yourself a round of applause for making it to graduation. But we know it wasn't easy, and then we also threw coronavirus into the mix. You started your final semester of senior year, supposed to be the best semester of your college career. Then life went into lockdown because of COVID-19 and abruptly altered your final weeks on this campus. The pandemic took away maybe what were supposed to be some memorable moments for you. You were supposed to be under this beautiful white tent out on the soccer field, but that didn't happen. It was supposed to be a day filled with great memories, laughter, and emotional tears. But what the pandemic did not take away from you is the fact that you are a college graduate. Roughly about 60% of students that attend college from their freshman year make it to graduation, so you are in a special group of people sitting here today. The fact that you're a college graduate and went through a pandemic taught you perseverance. You were able to jump through many wild hoops in order to finish up maybe a capstone project or your senior thesis. All this while stuck either maybe back at home with your parents, wherein you were thinking, I really would rather be on campus and enjoying life as a young adult, or maybe you were stuck in your off-campus apartment wishing your friends were back up here with you. If anything, this pandemic ignited a fire in your stomach to work harder, to work towards your goals. It showed you a different way to communicate with others and to work effectively with others through Google Meets and Zoom. And hopefully, out of this darkness, I hope the pandemic has opened your eyes to the sense of humanity that we have in our world. For me, I spent 5 years up on this campus, working on both degree in atmospheric science and a degree in television news studies. I did find myself on an unpaved road, similar to the ones out by Burke Mountain. It did take me a little bit of time. Your friends, maybe on that paved road from Lyndonville down to St. J, and got out of here in 4 years. Either way, it's still okay. At the end of the day, Lyndon prepared me for the professional world, and I'm excited to tell you, it's prepared you all for the professional world. But you could not have done this all alone. No one simply walks into college and walks up onto the stage without getting some help from either colleagues, students, and professors. For some, the journey wasn't easy, but I'm sure you all had a village standing right behind you, cheering you on and getting to where you need to be today. Right now, I'd like to ask the class of 2020 to please stand, recognize those people, including your professors and your family and friends, and give them a round of applause for being your village. So if you could please stand and applaud them, I would appreciate it. And that goes for me too, Dr. Atkins, Dr. J, Dr. Hanrahan, thank you very much for getting me up on the stage today. So as you head out into the real world, remember to look for a new village. You may need to rebuild that village with mentors as you go out. The week before I graduated from Lyndon, I had accepted my first job as a chief meteorologist in a very small television market in Northern California. I was excited for that chapter of life, but I was also terrified at the same time. You're finding yourself in a situation where you may have to move either across the country or to a new city far away from your family. That's why it's important to build that village of people and supporters. Because every morning between accepting that job and getting to California, didn't feel so great every morning. I was worried about, did I make the right choice? Will I do well? And when I got to California, my village wasn't there. I felt very nervous, almost self-destructive. There 3 months wondering, will I make this career? I built that village, and they saved me from self-destruction. And I encourage each and one of you to do the same and rebuild those village of supporters, because they're going to help you get through this next stage of your life. I hope that each and every one of you listening to me tonight find that passion to do what it is that you want to do. Earlier this week, my younger sister, working on a high school English project, asked me, what is my version of the American dream? I think many people automatically think, well, get married, get a golden retriever, have 2.5 kids, and live in the suburbs. For me, I told my sister, I believe that I am living the version of my American dream. I am profoundly lucky to have a career that I've been dreaming about since I was a young child. I have a solid roof over my head and maybe too much food in the fridge. And above all that, I have a supportive and loving fiance, Jared. He has been my leader of my village that I've talked so much about tonight. I want you to take today and the days to come to think about what your version is of your American dream. All dreams will be different, and I hope you find what you are looking for going ahead. Never give up, maintain your village of supporters, and good things will be waiting for you. I'd like to congratulate you once again, NVU Lyndon, class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Tori, for your engaging speech. We very much appreciate the fact that you have come to join us and spend the day with us today, so thank you. I would now like to invite Ethan Koppenrath, President of the Alumni Council, to the podium for a special presentation.
Good afternoon. I am pleased to present the Alumni Council's 2020 Outstanding Graduating Senior Award on behalf of the Alumni Association. This award is presented to a senior who exemplifies strong leadership skills, is involved in the surrounding community, and has a 3.0 or greater cumulative grade point average. The 2020 recipient graduated summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Science degree in Exercise Science with a concentration in pre-physical therapy. She was named to the President's List or Dean's List every semester and received both the Lyndon Exercise Science Department Academic Excellence Award and the Lyndon Exercise Science Department's Outstanding Senior Award. She was also selected as an Arthur B. Elliott Honor Society Scholar, an honor awarded in recognition of students who have demonstrated a combination of strong leadership, scholarship, and service during their time at Lyndon. She was an exercise science peer mentor and tutor, an exercise physiology lab assistant, and a teaching assistant for independent study and neurology. She also coordinated CPR AED certification for members of the campus community and volunteered as a youth basketball coach. She accomplished all of this while also being an outstanding student athlete and a 3-year member of the women's basketball program. She is currently attending the University of Vermont, pursuing a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree. It is my pleasure to present this year's Outstanding Graduating Senior Award to Alicia Selly.
Thank you, Ethan, and congratulations, Alicia. Are you guys ready? I now invite Professor Bill Morrison, Chair of the Business Department, to the side microphone for the stage walk. Professor Morrison is our reader of names. One by one, the class of 2020 will circle around to where my assistant, Tracy Sherbrooke, is standing. You will then approach Professor Morrison and hand him your name card. He will read your name and degree in any honors. Please proceed towards me. I'll be in the middle of the stage for a congratulatory orange rose, which symbolizes the joy of celebrating your hard-earned accomplishments. You will then exit the platform behind me and pause at the banner over here for a photograph by Herb Swanson, at which time you may briefly unmask, and then please return to your original seat. To our guests, may I remind you that each of our class of 2020 students deserves your applause. Therefore, we ask that you do not wait until all candidates are called before honoring them with your applause. We only ask that you are as enthusiastic for the last student as you are for the first.
Brian Lamoureux, Bachelor of Science, Mountain Recreation Management, cum laude. Colton Lafayette, Bachelor of Science, Sport Management, Associate of Science, Business Administration, cum laude. Lauren Cornell, Bachelor of Science, Atmospheric Science, Associate of Science, Electronic Journalism Arts. Hannah Benning, Bachelor of Arts, Graphic Design. Julia Carney, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, and Sport Management. Alicia Selly, Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, summa cum laude. Heather Bertrand, Bachelor of Science, Applied Psychology and Human Services, magna cum laude. Megan Hughes, Bachelor of Arts, Global Studies, cum laude. Jasmine Young, Bachelor of Arts, English. Sarah Ellen Calise, Bachelor of Science, Atmospheric Science, Associate of Science, Electronic Journalism Arts. Alexander De Silva, Bachelor of Science, Atmospheric Science. Jordan Zach, Bachelor of Science, Mountain Recreation Management, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Brandon King, Associate of Science, Broadcast and Digital Journalism. Alex Delorier, Bachelor of Science, Music Business and Industry, Associate of Science, Business Administration. Spencer Thurber, Bachelor of Arts, Liberal Studies. Lisa Marie Blake DeRush, Bachelor of Science, Applied Psychology and Human Services. Logan Guthrie Lloyd, Bachelor of Science, Music Business and Industry. Peter Cormier, Bachelor of Arts, Global Studies. Ben Mitchell, Bachelor of Arts, Global Studies. Madison Henneberry, Bachelor of Science, Music Business and Industry. Allison Souza, Bachelor of Science, Music Business and Industry. Amber Wagner, Associate of Arts, General Education, magna cum laude.
Let's give them another round of applause. Congratulations. And thank you, Professor Morrison, for reading our graduates' names today. I would now like to invite Alumni Council President Ethan Koppenrath to come forward for the Class of 2020 induction. With Alumni Council President Ethan Koppenrath beside me, I would ask all witnessing members of the Alumni Council to please rise at this time. Ethan, would you please lead this induction?
We, the Alumni Council, bearing witness, and by the authority vested in me by the Constitution and bylaws of the Alumni Association, it is now my honor and privilege to formally induct this graduating class into the NVU Lyndon Alumni Association, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities attendant thereto. Congratulations.
Congratulations again, Class of 2020. Before the ceremony comes to a close, I want to take a moment to thank all of those behind the scenes that make celebrations like this possible. I don't do this enough, and I'm going to do it at this particular moment. So a big shout out to Tracy Sherbrooke, Sarah Lucier, Charlotte Purcelli, Darcy Miles, and everybody else, or anybody that I can't see back in the darkness of the theater. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. Everyone is invited to activities in the theater lobby and to the dinner celebration in the Standard Gym at 5 p.m. Thank you again for joining us for this celebratory event. Here are a few details as we close the ceremony. The platform party will exit first, ushered by the marshal. The faculty will then follow. The class of 2020 will then follow the faculty. Guests, family, and friends, please remain seated until the graduation candidates, the graduates, have recessed. Autumn Chamberlain will now play the recessional, and thank you again, Autumn. Thank you, everyone, and again, our warm congratulations to our graduates on their impressive achievements and enduring spirit.